TV war. So everyone has to watch from that TV. So the minute that gets blocked out, now you are forced to now watch what they watch, and that is normally adult content. So because if you think about the other day we were talking in the shuttle as Spani, we're talking about those days, about days of our lives and the bold and the beautiful. That was adult content. But now we are reminiscing over it as kids.
As kids.
Hey, you remember this in this show?
This made my child. You've just stepped into an empty street, a podcast where we casually engage in difficult conversations about relationships, wealth, and health. We are just three curious gentlemen who ask questions almost about everything, and our aim is to find answers from others and within ourselves. We sit down every week to explore unaltered conversations. So let's walk the talk together, and welcome to the Empty Street Podcast.
In 3,
2, 1. We're rolling. Welcome to the Empty Street Podcast.
We back.
Back with another one, man.
Another week and another day. Yeah.
Nice and early.
Yeah.
So we know what they say about the earliest bird catches the fattest worm.
Yeah.
So we had to wake up with the birds today. We had to wake up with the birds, and catch a fat worm over some coffee. I don't know.
I don't believe we could taxi coffee.
Some bab.
Some bab.
Hey, there's something I once mentioned the other day, like on the other episode where we were talking about the cartoons, the subliminal messages hidden in them. I mentioned that I once did a research for my nephew for this project he had from school, and I was surprised to see they give them those topics. So I was like, which topic do you want to talk about? And he couldn't pick any, so I picked for him. The one that drew me the most compared to others. It was saying with how TV shows manipulate and influence teenagers. And I thought it's a very interesting topic that could also still help teenagers at the same time. To bring awareness on whatever topic, on that specific topic that affects them. I think TV shows, there's so many of them. Like I think from 6 o'clock, just from 6 o'clock up until 10 p.m. There's TV shows running in each and every TV station. And of course, Abantwana will be sitting with adults, watching the shows. But as adults, we barely ask ourselves, how do these TV shows program our kids? How do they influence the way they live, their upbringing, the way they behave, and all those things. So today I just want us to share our thoughts on the matter with how do TV shows affect and influence the society being teenagers, and we can also be broad with it,
even to adults.
To adults as well.
Even to adults.
Yeah.
Because no PG, I want to especially amasopi. Na bapalo PG. If I
parental guidance.
Yes, if I bapalo age 18, then bapala PG.
Yeah.
Young child. So le appeal angamele izinto ebhayezusho ukuthi parental guidance, right?
Yeah.
Moya angamele with programming. Young child. Just know ukuthi ngali behind, they know it, but just so good bona ngaba bafalo that is parental guidance. Kanti ngali bayazi ukuthi no, programming. Because that's why we include even policies that are but when it comes to my age restriction, as usual every day it must maybe hello. masibukela amasoap sibuka nawo labantwana even though ubona ukuthi 18 lapha but 5 years 6 years old child still watching with you.
Yeah, I think also like these age restrictions that they put up. We're speaking off camera, but even YouTube like has age restrictions in place now. Like, you can't just upload content and not specify the age group it belongs into. You know, whether it's for kids or adults or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
But I think in most cases, especially like on TV, especially, you know, it's like these shows are trying to I don't know if I should say safeguard, but to protect themselves also legally. You know, to say we actually put it out there that this content is for a certain age group. So now it's like that responsibility now shifts to now who the parents.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we did our part of putting it out there. This content is for viewers over or above a certain age group, you know. And then if it's anything underneath, then we'll state that it's parental guidance. And then I mean it's family content viewing, you know. But as I was saying, with it legally, it's sort of like just a way of like them safeguarding themselves.
Protecting themselves.
From any legal implications that it might come with. So then, as I was saying, with the parents now have to take that and actually use that to, like, I don't know if I should say control, but to monitor how their kids consume like content that is on TV, you know. But the thing is, we obviously watch TV as a family when we're watching TV. Even
so you can't be chasing kids out whenever.
When a certain show comes on, I go to the other room or whatever.
But when I start to cool, most people
so for me personally, I would remember about 5 or so. That was when Dragon Ball Z used to come on. But at that time, that's when folks want to start watching their shows. You know, so already you are now being prohibited to watch kids content. So you know, you don't
TV
get access. The TV one. So everyone has to watch from that TV. So the minute that gets blocked out, now you are forced to now watch what they watch, and that is normally adult content. So because if you think about the other day we were talking in the shuttle as Hispanic, we're talking about those days we call about days of our lives and the bold and the beautiful. That was adult content. But now we are reminiscing over it as kids.
As kids.
Hey, you remember this in this show?
This made my childhood.
Exactly. And if you think about the script of those particular shows, it wasn't. It's stuff that even now, as now we have grown older, we are now living through all of those things.
We understand. We understand
it's
relatable content.
Exactly, because it's adult. As a kid, you just seeing people moving around or kissing or whatever the case is. But when now, I'm just gonna jump off that boat for a second. But it's like when you're watching something as a family, and then umzali wakho athi vala amehlo. So that's as far as they would go. Vala amehlo. But there's also the language part. There's still something that could be said that the kid might be recording. Afike esikolweni ayenze IP. But now they're reversing all of that because it's instilled, it's planted. It might not come today, but somewhere along the line, the kid starts now mimicking what they're watching. But you watch TV with them, and it's adult content, and then we laugh over it because it's funny. We don't expect kids to be doing that, but like psychologically, it's not good.
And another thing, like to prove there was no parental guidance for most of us, is that like each and everyone in our age group, like most people can relate to this. We like all had the experience where we were watching a sex scene with the presence of our parents or an elder, and it's always awkward, and you don't know what to do. You look at them,
even they don't want to.
We all have,
and then you want to change.
We all have those experiences where it just got awkward because you were in the presence of an adult and watching an adult scene. So just that just proves we were exposed to adult content without any guidance. And what does that do to us? What does that do to our behavior? And it also goes to how much, for instance, in these soapies, what I've noticed is what dominates in them is sexual scenes or sexual stories. So there's always scenes where like each and every TV show has some sexual demonstration in it. So you get to see Uguti. Does that affect kids in a way that we like? If you look around the society that we have right now, we are very hypersexual.
Yeah.
So where did that come from? Is it coming from the food we eat, or is it coming from like does the TV shows we watched and we consumed also contribute into how sexual we are based off how sexual the TV shows we were watching?
I think it's a bit of both.
And the restriction as well, like for sexual scenes, what you were saying, and then you get to be curious more. The more you get curious, is the more you want to find out about that experience.
And remember,
leading
I'm
to
sure I
who we
play
are now.
later. I'm a parents who
Yeah.
Then you are going to my pin and then we bam with it.
And which is, I understand. I think that's the first point. Like how our sexuality has been impacted by the TV shows we were watching without any parental guidance. And which I say I understand in a way. You would see mostly in our households. The parent is at work, we are at school, and then we come back from school and we watch those shows we were watching at that time, and then time comes when the parents come back and now they have to Uguti Baba. Morning.
There you go. I'm going to ask you to take your breakfast.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh, we have breakfast. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you were saying though.
So I was saying when the parents actually come back and now they take over by watching their content. So mawubhekile ngale lama TV shows around the 6, we are born ukuthi there's nowhere we can go as kids, because now from 6 vele you have to be blindly. You can't be out there playing. So you have to be here. And what are you doing here? Maybe you're gonna do your homework for an hour, and then you come back to the sitting room. And in some households, with this nale policy, unspoken policy, we all should be in one place. TV. That's how family gets together.
Bond.
I think it's room 6. Yeah. We want to get to bond because the parents were at work, the kids were at school, and then now this is the only time families get to sit in one place.
And should we have the breakfast 9
times in now?
It's 10 to 8.
The show 8.
I'm thinking about the second episode. Or should it be before or after?
Before.
It should be before.
Before. Okay. So 8:30.
8:30, yeah.
Yeah, Antoine.
So that's the only time families get to spend time together and doing that activity of Peggy TV. But now, as I said, we didn't notice or be aware of how it affects us as children, or still how it affects children of this age. Young child.
But then anything kakula engiboneta lama soap I achievile ilento le izolo be conversation besina nalo yamjito ukuthi bapushe their propaganda ye family, having a family, ngithola into kanjalo ukushada, how nice ukuthi mobona ushada, ngithola all those the dream wedding, ngithola into kanjalo. Zonke lezi zinto nalento ukuthi njobo bekasho ukuthi akazi ukuthi ushadele but days why uyangithola uyangithola ilento because uyembona wesho ngakho silutsheliwe or ibonile yabona. So immediately now as a family nihlala ngakhona, then next thing into niyibonayo uyibona seyaportraywa ku TV, then uyabona ukuthi it's nice having a family, and family into vele must ukuthi sibe nayo, uyangithola. So now ukhula program or even working towards that. At the end of the day, I have to go to school.
This is what I'm working towards.
Because now you're seeing people on the TV going to school. You feel like, oh, I have to go to school. After going to school, then you see varsity. Then you're like, oh, I have to go to varsity. From varsity, then I have to work. From now working, then you have to get married. You're programming, then it's being programmed. This is our life. We should never leave this. So as much as now is the way I bear good impact any behavior sexual, we might pay attention. Then from there you could the way you then since acting at SARS now, I want to school in Mavas of behave and I want to animal class in Mavas of Babuga porn.
Was a porn issue with my like we end up wondering with I want my food up there. And as you were saying, like you mentioned something about porn, you probably didn't get to finish, but another thing, porn.
Corn.
No, he said
for
porn.
The sake of the camera. Corn. YouTube
doesn't omit
it picks up,
So I think you mentioned something about how we say uvalamesh, right? But now that obviously puts some curiosity in the kid. So during that kid's free time, he's now gonna go and find out whatever medium it is, what he was being blocked out of. He'll try and go look. And then that's where the interest now grows from. That's where it grows from. And then we are surprised when we are now raising a hypersexual generation, but it's from these kind of things that we expose kids from a young age to certain content. But another question I wanted to ask was, I know these age restrictions obviously are put in place to kind of set the tone of the content, right? But how then do we safeguard and make sure that it actually gets implemented within households? We make sure that kids don't actually consume this content. I mentioned like platforms like your DSTV and Netflix. They have password protection type of features on it, but I don't think it's bulletproof. Because once the kid knows the password, then they have access to everything. So I don't think it's bulletproof there.
So I don't think we have found a bulletproof way to actually restrict the content to suitable ages. And it's difficult because I've noticed in theater, it's very strict in theater because there is an age restriction on the poster. And then when people come in, there's like ushers who, there's people called ushers, but people who assist in directing people to get to the theater. So they manage to see Uguti, no, this show, like they are tipped prior, Uguti, this is this type of show and kids at this age are not allowed. So it's better there, it's manageable better in theater because there's a door. But now digitally there's no door. There's no proper evaluation before someone consumes the content. So that's where the problem is.
And mango check wonke la episode bobalo ukuthi aqala from mayadala the whole day. Akhona sekuseni or siya repeater kanjani, but benza show ukuthi may repeater then izoyishaya ekuseni, then mase waphela lawa repeater then already sengena amanye. So mawuthi Mario check into one aba message wonke anayo in common. One as is sex, as well, no, sex is there. Family including maybe marriage and all of that. Then crime.
Wait, before you pass, what way? Family in what way?
Family.
Like they impose a view of how family should be,
yes,
or put a blueprint of how families should be.
Yes, how family should be, and also how important it is to have a family. Also including Wuti, a man should not be alone. You must be married, have kids. Including the law, even nabantwana bakhulisa kanjani. all leyo bond leyo khona le kwi-family
Yeah.
ngithola izinto lezo enza sure ukuthi zikhona wonke lama TV shows. Then bese uthola i-crime, it's always there.
Yeah,
Then
which
uthola-
also an
yes,
influence.
crime
yeah, which is
always
also
there.
an influence.
Yes. Then bese uthola ne power, right? Uthole
The power dynamics. There's
Yes,
always
yes.
someone who's power
Yes,
hungry, and
yes.
someone else who's gonna get to the
That
other
position.
or try to
Yeah.
bring the other person down so
Yeah.
that they are the ones having the
Use others as
superior
stepping
role.
stones, yeah.
So
bese then uzothola bathi njenge-crime mabaportraya yona batry ku-raise awareness ukuthi crime is a bad thing, yabona. As umntwana batry ku-program ukuthi akumelanga uyenze, yabona. Then ama-consequences wale nto le awekho crime.
Yeah.
You understand? You would understand if maybe now ngiyafika then ngibuka kayi-1 then bangitshela then boom iphelile. Ngithola because ngiyacala ngiyasaba ukuthi shit,
Sure.
ama-results wale nto le ayekho crime. But now it becomes now a problem if now sengizosoloko ngiyiconsume too much. Because remember yonke into engiyiconsumayo esikhathi eside igcina seyinormalized ukuthi this is part of life. And at the end of the day, ku-crime there's a win or lose. There are times whereby there's happiness. Uyabona abantu abashayile isikole sakhona nabawina and ba-happy. Then from there then bese yabuya then kube nama-consequences akhona. But at the end of the day uyakhona ukuthi ubone ukuthi there's good side to it, then there's a bad side to it, yabona. Then as umntwana masoloku uyibona, that's why kunabanye abantwana today mabakhula mawuthi uyambuza ubani umuntu okumotivateayo yokutshela nge-criminal, ngithola ku-TV screen. Then now masikhule ke ubona abanye abantwana mabavela then bahamba ngenye indlela already bayibonile right.
not to hit you in the mouth.
Yeah.
So enye into enginoticile from what you're saying is that with this crime thing, they I don't know how to put this, but they highlight or they romanticize the idea of a dark triad trait or dark triad traits of a person. So, for instance, Jack Mabaso is mysterious. Was mysterious. The character
portrayed as a villain.
Yeah, villain. And mysterious, quiet with his moves. Always gets what he wants in his ways. And you get to see Uguchi. That's a fucking attractive character. Like we at some point as kids we all aspire to be like that guy.
Yeah, antagonist.
So it's romanticizing the villain.
Yeah.
So that we are in the side of the villain. And that's where now it affects us or affects kids into trying to mimic that lifestyle. So
Because I think another thing is that as a kid you don't really understand that that's the antagonist.
Yeah.
So to you it's just a character that possesses certain traits.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe because they introduce a law enforcement and then it's like, oh, this is bad because if you commit or you do something like this, then it's considered a crime.
Yeah.
You know, that's why. And then as a kid you don't really understand that, but the minute there's police, that is like it's like a symbol.
Yeah.
You know, it's a symbol. So you're associating police and crime, and you just if you do something like this, then you go to jail. You know, for kids to understand.
Yeah.
But as an adult, obviously you would understand it because there's context involved.
Yeah.
But as a kid, you don't understand context. So
Yeah,
all you understand,
you just take,
you're just taking it in visually.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, and then there's symbols that you have to take from with police station, arrest. It's a bad thing, you know. So yeah.
I think lento le uqeda kusho then it makes me to think ukuthi are we having our own personality or are we mimicking someone else's personality?
I think it's a build-up of your family, those you hang around with, and obviously what you consume. So it's a mixture of like everything. Like every little thing you experience ends up adding to your own like personality. It adds up.
Like we model our personalities based off what we see and hear.
Based off your experience.
So another thing is these TV shows are so addictive, and it worries me to see kids so addicted to these TV shows. Like Mang and watch the kids like watch these TV shows with the kids, like I see like how focused they are,
how focused they are,
how they know the story
everything.
from beginning to end. How they are
can even
when
explain.
the episode ends, they are eager for the next day. They can't wait for that day. And like you can imagine, even now, it's like uzocabanga ukuthi yo 8 o'clock ufika nini ngizobheka le TV show. So it's so addictive. Even the way but structure their episodes, you can see 20 minutes is not enough. And it's like a drug they put so that then the following day you are still in front of your TV. The following day you're still in front of your TV. Yeah. So I think it's a bit dangerous in that way, most especially for kids, because as we all know, Gucci Siazi, as we all know, Gucci Ikochi Sasemanzi.
I can remember the sister Lam the way asemncane khona uku-explain a story ukuthi the way baba sidlala ngakhona ama-character lawa yini yonke into ayenza abone the way I-understand ngakhona and bone ilo the way ahappy ngakhona ukuthi akhona ukuthi I-explain la le show, then uyabona ukuthi yane if now lo muntu leyo energy leyo is being directed empilweni yakhe, just imagine ukuthi ngabe lo muntu makakhula the way motivated ngalawo episode, let's say maybe a job or kuba i-career ngithola or kuba i-skill lena ngasebenze to a point ukuthi akhona ukuthi naye akhona ukubenefit ngithola, because at the end of the day uya-check ukuthi then lento le benefita kanjani, how do we direct this ngithola ukuthi ubuyise empilweni yakho to a point ukuthi ikulethele izinto ezi-grand yabona, because manje just uya-consume, because remember isikhathi, energy and even the programming yakhona impact yayo enayo. Then from there uyithatha leyo uyishifta kanjani now, if now as kuyasho ukuthi now after that 20 minutes maseyivayile, then usala wenzani ngale information because uqeda uyithola ngithola into kanjani. But then that's one of the things dangerous ngazo ukuthi i-drug at the same time whatever i-programming ekhona siyayimimika, then ubona isikele always mafika into esikhuluma ngayo catch up. Hey, ubukeli izolo le generation izolo beskipa and kunabantwana makuthiwa kuyalona mawuzobabona makuthiwa kuyajuyisha ngithola uthole one adla afake le glove la eli-1 li-black ngithola already umimika abantu yamjida yabona, then that's why ke even namagcina le influencer abagcina sebanayo even off the camera, social media ngithola, then social media that's why even nama brands sebenzisa the same celebrities ngithola ukuthi bakhona ukuthi babe ne-impact, because already bane-impact kuma-screens, then now
taking it off screen. But I think with that one, as we were saying off screen, with these celebrities, these actors and actresses, then they also have that responsibility to actually like portray themselves, because like it's a different audience or a new audience. It's either they take the same audience from these TV shows with them off camera, because now they're fans, and then it's like their responsibility to like portray themselves as like positive figures of society. Because if now you are going to still like be the same character you are on screen, be Jack Mawaso, be David Gennaro, Barker from Isidimo, be all those characters in real life, then you are still like you're not helping with anything, because now you are building a generation that is like that. But if you can at least dampen the mood, dampen that situation by saying, no, it's just a script. In real life, this is who I actually am. So and then you're like, oh, Kanti Lumulo is actually like this off camera. Then you're completely like taken aback. I wasn't expecting Lumulo to that. So
I think like that one was one of the case. The thing Sangana no Abdul Kos. Thola lo mjidi mombuka ku screen uhlezi lo mjidi vele umoya too dangerous, but mombona live mjidi nje humble grand ngithola. So yabona mozoyibeka kanjalo, then uyazi ukuthi uphethe ne yini lento le ayibiza ngani lento Funa le gama leli abayibiza ngayo.
Describe.
But yeah.
Describe.
Yeah, abona mawuzospanisa even ma politician. Then mawubiza wona la ma celebrity. Then
mabazo mobilize.
Mabazo mobilize then benza yonke lento la. Ila ukhona ukuthi ukhona ukubona khona ukuthi lo muntu lo yakusuye lo. But abanye bakhona bayiphilile lempilo abayiphuthiyayo. Njengalo wavela ku EFF yamkhumbula. Nakulo mjida lo beka buya ku rehab yamkhumbula. Yakhumbula le episode le TV show bekayishaya le ichisa. Yakhumbula beyaphe ama drugs la. And after that TV show, I'm sure ukuthi maybe the ngiyayicala la ukuthi ayithu sekaphela.
Yeah, but I think like that's another thing, as we were saying, it's the responsibility of the celebrities themselves. They don't get swayed with the wind. So things like you were talking politics now. Thanks a lot. I think is it one option per group?
Fried eggs are done, all done.
Yeah.
And then the sides?
The sides, one I think has mushrooms. I don't know what.
Okay, fried eggs and mushrooms.
Yeah.
And brown toast.
Brown toast, yes.
Then the other one, boiled eggs, tomato, brown toast. Then the other one, fried spicy sausage and brown toast. French toast is maybe bread also.
Okay.
Yeah. And the sides, you don't want some.
We weren't sure with the options.
For the sides, you take as much as you can.
Oh, these ones here?
These ones
here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, as I was saying, like politicians, as a celebrity, you should know that, no, I don't want my brand associated with politics in this light. Because now it's like what politicians do, it's a numbers game. So it's a numbers game with politicians. Obviously with them, they just want the numbers. The more people they have, the more votes they get.
Sure.
Yeah, so they'll try by all means to tap into everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's how even politicians are now moving to podcasts to get even more numbers.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to stay relevant with anything.
Yeah.
So that's how it now shifts. Then they use celebrities to stand on their shows, artists to come sing and perform in their rallies. It's only because to draw different crowds. Because you can't just pull a politician, people that are just interested in politics. So that's your responsibility as a celebrity to say, you know what, I don't want to be associated with this because now my fans are gonna now.
They're not about that.
They're gonna take me as this. It's not what I'm aligned with. So if it's what you're aligned with, then by all means, but don't now be used as a tool to then. It's like propaganda, basically.
Also even nama musicians. Mawathola musician ubona seyidumile. Ceda ngene njengo Blake. Othi mangene izima abantu ababhaba bamncane. Then babona khona ukuthi now into manje outstanding artist. Abayibona ukuthi abomanje nangumuntu oshayinayo. Ilight la then balanda yena. Then as immediately mawufika la imuye umuntu enzofuna ukuthi nibe khona ngayo.
Having people's attention is the biggest asset. So whatever they do is, if they know that they have people's attention, it's easy to raise awareness, or it's easy to push any propaganda or lead the society in the desired direction through media, through the stories they tell. So for instance, when homosexuality wasn't so popular and largely acceptable in our society, or let's say us as a country in South Africa, they introduced Jason and Senzo to raise awareness, so that to educate people, to make people comfortable to the idea of same gender relationships. So it gets to push awareness in that side, but we don't know what agenda they are pushing sometimes. So it helps with those kind of things, like to educate people on certain matters. But that can make or break a society in the way that they want. So that's where, again, we should be aware of how the media affects us, how it affects children. like, and look into the future of how to make things better, since we can't really moderate or regulate who should be watching or who shouldn't be watching. So,
that's why nama-celebrate ntwana asho ukuthi mawuzowathola bese masibabatshele ukuthi khona emunye umzali beka-commenta kwi-picture yelinye celebrate akhuluma ukuthi you can't behave like this because you're a model yabo yomntanami. Then now sebakumelanga babehave ngendlela bona bafuna ukubehave ngayo, because they must understand ukuthi bane-impact engakanani kubantwana, bayi-role model abantwana ababanye. Because at the end of the day, as a parent, i-role yakho at the end of the day ube role model yomntanakho, bangithola ube nguwo omguidayo, even noma kuthiwa une-role model i-celebrate, but at the end of the day azi ukuthi into kumele ayithathe, into engamelanga ayithathe. At the end of the day, understand into one, lowo muntu lowo umuntu, bangithola ubhawu utenza ama-mistakes and everything.
And the one we like it, the more like it's important to understand this is just a script. And that will help in this way. We always dehumanize celebrities. We
treat them as like
those
people.
Characters, and like they're supposed to be perfect. If ever we role model, you should be a role model. But when you look at reality, you get to see that these are people. They also go through shit. Like the Auntie was acting Ichisa role that involves drugs, and you get to see Uguti. He got involved in the same thing that he was raising awareness in that show. That's being a human being. These things happen. So I think those are my last words.
Thank you very much.
But yeah, gents, we can just
I think Nceba.
Thank you.
Is it a tick or is it a...
It's a take on mushrooms. Take on mushrooms. Thank you.
Thank you. And I think, Donna, you can just close off.
So with everything said and done, I feel like, excuse me, like taking into consideration the age restrictions and us, like people that live in these households, like actually thinking about the content we're exposing kids to. It's either it's obviously not realistic, like having a separate room for kids alone. It's not realistic because not every household can.
But trying to find neutral content.
Or just finding neutral content that can be absorbed by everyone, But let's not forget that these things end up influencing kids. So we were speaking also about how these role models that we look up to off camera on social media start living a different life, but they shouldn't also forget that they should unfortunately, because they are regarded as certain type of class within society, they have to dog. So things like unfortunately Linda Bayaga SK calls and that video that circulated of him, stuff like that. Everyone's gonna see that, from a kid to an adult.
Sure.
It's not like it was just adults that saw stuff like that. So stuff like that, we need to be not considerate, but they need to actually realize that they still have a responsibility, because they, unfortunately, every celebrity who's bigger. That's why some say they'd rather take the money and not the fame, because it's too much weight on their shoulders. It's too much weight.
That's why they're hiding behind the mask.
So, yeah, man, those are my last words. So.
Yeah, man, great conversation. Sweet and short, I guess.
Sweet and short, yes.
Yeah.
And as we always say,
take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and take care of your pockets. This is the Empty Street Podcast, and we're signing out.
Cheers to you for watching.